Hey, Oliver here, and in a second, you're gonna see my training on how to accelerate abundance in your life, right? And this is gonna be one of the most powerful free trainings that I've done when it comes to just the topic of abundance in general, right? You're gonna learn what stops people from attracting abundance, or why is it that sometimes you can manifest the small things but not the big things, or why is it when sometimes you attract a lot of abundance or some abundance in your life, it goes away or you self-sabotage. So I link those, all those, and give you the answers to that, but I also share with you what I've learned is the key, that one shift, that once I understood it and once I focused on it, everything changed, and I started attracting more in days and in weeks than I previously had in years. And I want to share with you that, okay? And I have a super special gift for you if you stay till the very end. If you watch this whole entire thing at the end, I'm going to drop a bonus video training at the end of this webinar. And in this training, I'm going to share with you a really, really powerful technique. And I've learned this from a good friend of mine who has sold like over $3 billion worth of products online. This guy has mastered abundance and wealth energy. And he told me that back when he was doing like 6 figures a year in his business, he was stuck for a while, and then he discovered this one strategy, this one technique, and when he did it, within 90 days, he became a millionaire. All right, and this is something super important that I've shared with a lot of people after I've learned it, and it's a very, very powerful technique, and I want to share that with you. Okay, at the end of this training, at the end of this webinar training, if you stick till the end, you're gonna get that. It's gonna go play at the end, and you can check it out. All right, so enjoy this webinar on how to accelerate abundance, and I'll see you at the end for the free gift. Hey, it's Oliver here, and in this video, I want to talk to you about how to accelerate abundance in just 30 days, right? And abundance is a topic that keeps coming up over and over and over again. I get asked this, hundreds of times every single week in my emails, Facebook Messenger, Instagram. Is like, Oliver, how do you accelerate abundance? How do you bring forth quick abundance into your life? How do you do it predictably, and how do you not lose it? Because a lot of the times when people manifest, when it comes to abundance, they can manifest small things but not big things, or it's not consistent, right? Or when they do, it comes with a lot of pain. There's a price to it, right? Or they lose it. So in this specific training, I go over really the best approach, okay, that I've discovered for my own life, and I've used for over 10 years now, to really bend time on what it is that you want. And instead of waiting for 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, to really manifest the kind of abundance you want, not just financially, but in all areas of your lives, relationships, health, and wellness, but also financially. What if you can boil that long time from 5, 10, 15, 20 years down? What if you can boil that down to 30 to 90 days, to where it starts showing up in your life, and not you chasing it, but it's like being guided to you. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. That's exactly how to do that in 30 days. And I remember when I first realized this was back in, I think it was 07 or 08, one of those years, where I remember I was making this amount of money per month, right? And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I tried shifting my mind, I tried shifting my emotions, I've tried doing mantras, I've tried everything in the book, worked harder, tried extra techniques, and for some reason, no matter what I did, it just kept it's like a stair step to abundance and wealth. And it wasn't something that was quick, it wasn't something that was monumental. It felt like it was baby steps and towards growth. And I remember I stumbled into one thing, and I'm going to share that concept with you today. And when I did that, within weeks, I remember I made more in a day than I did the entire year. Okay, and that wasn't without learning more stuff or working more hours. It was actually, it just showed up. The opportunity showed up. I took advantage of it. I seized the moment, and it happened. And I remember after learning from that experience, I tried it again several times since then. And every single time every single time I've followed this formula, this structure, like my level of abundance in any area of my life, like goes up and it jumps. And it's not stair step, baby step growth. It's monumental, like almost like a rocket taking off kind of growth that just goes up, and it's very, very quick. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Right? So when it comes to abundance, think about it, okay? A lot of the times, what drives you to abundance? And I want to ask you this question, like, is it something that you want to buy for yourself? Is it for your family? Is it for your parents? Is it for your loved ones? Is it for you to be able to give back? Is it for you to be able to have financial freedom? Right? Is it for you to be able to buy the car of your dreams, or the house of your dreams, or to travel and to experience things, right? Or is it maybe it's a problem in the world you want to solve? What is your why? Okay, I want you just to take note of that. Okay, is what drives you? Is it that you lost everything earlier on and you want to gain it back? You grew up with money that was taken away from you. Was it that you've gone through like having nothing and struggling for money and not having food and just having an unstable time in the past, to where now you're like, I want to have more, and I never want to be in that situation again? Is it that you are craving higher level of just like life experience for yourself and your loved ones? What is your why? That's one thing I want you to pay attention to, okay? Is be aware of what your why is. And the second thing that I want to share with you is the lesson that I've learned is abundance. It's more than just a tactic or a technique or a mantra or a breathing thing, or it's more than just visualizing things on a vision board and doing affirmations, and more than just going to the next seminar and learning 4 steps on how you can have passive income, so on and so forth. I mean, those are pieces of the puzzle, but it's not the biggest piece of the puzzle. The biggest thing that I've learned that enabled me to skyrocket abundance. At first, it was like I didn't know what it was. I stumbled onto it, and it was like accidental almost. And now it's on demand. It's at will, on demand, whenever I want. And when I share it with the people, around me, the people that I love, my friends, people that see my training online, when I share this with them, they produce amazing results. And here is the concept, okay? Abundance is not a technique. It's not a mindset. It's a frequency. It literally is a frequency. Just like if you are in a car and you are listening to a station and you turn it to the right and it's blues, and you turn it a little bit more to the right and it's kind of buzzy, like it kind of blends a little bit with songs, and you turn it a little bit more to the right and then you have jazz, right? It's that kind of a frequency. You can tune into it and you can tune out of it. And when you tune into the frequency of abundance, what ends up happening is everything that you desire, everything that's available in that frequency becomes available to you quickly, right? It's kind of like when you turn the dial and it goes from one song to the next. You don't have to wait for the song to be created and imagine. It's there, it's playing, it's available. It's up to you if you want to dance to it and jam to it, but it's there. It's available in that frequency. And the same thing is, once you tune in to the frequency of abundance, okay, what ends up happening is things start showing up quickly that wasn't even in your reality. Solutions start showing up. Opportunities start showing up, and they become easy, And the biggest things that's stopping most from tuning into that is, one, is they don't know how to tune into it. Right, it's an actual systems app. It's an actual methodology of being able to tune in to the frequency of abundance, right? And alongside of that, because a lot of times people are able to tune into it for a second and they attract everything that they want in life, and then they start self-sabotaging, right? They start self-sabotaging, they start losing it all, they start having fear creep in, and they can literally turn themselves to that frequency and then out of it real quick, and now they're in a frequency, there's a lot of problems that show up. So they're literally contradicting themselves when it comes to abundance. So what I've learned throughout the years is the solution to that is, if you want to be able to, one, bend time and attract abundance fast, and not only attract it fast, but keep it, be able to do it consistently, and be able to remove or skip over all the problems that typically come with it, is not only are you, the skill is to be able to turn it into the frequency of abundance and tap into it, but to also be able to remove all your mental blocks that's stopping you from abundance, remove all the emotional blocks that's stopping you from abundance, and the most important thing is remove all the energetic blocks that's stopping you from abundance. Because as you know by now, energy is the invisible thing, is the one thing that really controls everything. It really does. I mean, you could be walking in the store and you're feeling good, you're feeling centered, you're feeling grounded, you're feeling happy, you're walking in the store, and next thing you know, you see somebody who is not having a good day. Maybe they're depressed, maybe they're just down, but for some unexplainable reason, like, you look at them and their energy affects you. You feel it in the pit of your stomach, or maybe you start breathing differently, maybe your body starts feeling heavy, or maybe your head starts hurting, but it affects you. Their energy of a complete stranger affects you. And guess what? What you have now, you bring that home with you. You bring that home with you, you start dealing with that, once you're affected by it, you start dealing with that, it starts bleeding over to your health, your wealth, your relationships, all areas of your life. It starts affecting the way you think and people you interact with after that, so on and so forth. And that was a stranger, and that was energy that affected me. They didn't even have to say a word, right? And that's the power of energy. And a lot of the times when people try to address abundance and they're just working on their mind, they're like, I just need to know what to do. I just need to pure will it and have some grit and do more, and clear my associations and emotions will come with abundance. Sometimes that isn't enough. Sometimes the mind and the emotions, that's just 50% of the equation. And if that's the only thing that you're addressing, it's kind of like you're driving with the handbrakes on, right? You're going nowhere fast. It's literally you're dragging dead weight, because the other 50% or arguably more is the energetic blocks to abundance. And that's something that can get passed on through your parents, through how you grew up, through your environment. Energetic blocks to abundance, they do exist, and you can't logic your way out of them, you can't mantra your way out of them, you can't emotion your way out of them. You've got to energetically clear them. So I'll give you an example of how it might look like to clear the energetic blocks that's stopping you from abundance. Because sometimes a lot of people, they don't know what's blocking them from abundance, right? They think they know, but in reality, I was reading this article by, I think, this neuroscientist that said somewhere, I think it's 20 to 40 million bits of information, of data that's available to us every second. We're getting bombarded with that, okay? 20 to 40 million bits of data. And our conscious mind is only picking up on 0.0001% of that information, of that data. So think about that. So much information, our logical minds are picking up on just a fraction of it. That means we miss out, our logical mind misses out on 99.9999% of information out there. So if you're growing up and you have all these things that happen that create blocks mentally, emotionally, energetically towards abundance, you don't even, the problem that you think is a problem, chances are it's not even the obstacle, it's not even the issue, because you're missing out on the data, right? So, and if you don't know what it is, you might be working on something, shifting something, and working it over and over again just to get no results, because that's not what was supposed to be shifted in the first place, right? So the smart way that I figured out myself on how to address this is to clear things, to tap into the energetic field, and to clear things that are stuck in the energetic level that we would have never consciously figured out. So for example, one of the techniques and the formulas you will learn in this 30-day program is
how do we scan and figure out the areas to where we're blockages, right? Blockages. So blockage towards abundance. So let's say you're like, okay, you're scanning energetically, and it's right ear and it's throat and it's heart and then it's in its sacral chakra, right? Let's say that's the things that pop up. And what ends up happening is when you figure out what area is blocked, it starts making sense and giving you clues of like, oh, okay, my right ear is like, you can be like, okay, if it's the right ear, then it's feminine energy. Like, that there was something was said by some female energy in your life earlier on, stuck in your right ear, and because of that, it affected you, and you're speaking your truth, and affected your heart, and affected you going after what you desire the most. And sometimes that specific energetic pattern is what's blocking you from experiencing abundance in your life now, right? And a lot of it is these patterns, they run. And another example, let's say you have a belief that's stopping you that, if I make a lot of money, I'll lose money, or money is the root of all evil, right? Let's say that's a belief. And no matter what you do, you can't shift out of it. And it's just stopping you dead cold in your tracks and trying to experience life and attract abundance. A lot of what you'll learn here is, okay, how do you energetically find the root of it? And we focus on that belief, and we will scan. We'll teach you the system of the scanning formula and figuring out energetically where that exists in the body, the belief. And once you figure out where that exists, we clear the energy out in those different areas. And once you do, you'll realize that things happen extremely, extremely, extremely quickly. I've had people to where they've tried for decades to get a change. They've seen therapists, they've gone to programs, they've seen a lot of coaches. They're working on a specific issue over and over and over and over and over and over again with little to no progress, little incremental progress. And we do one session. I show them how to do the formula. I do it on them. And after we clear the blocks within freaking 24 hours, they're getting a lot of this momentum, and within a few days to a week, changes start happening. Like, opportunities show up, things that they were waiting to happen, like for a while, finally fall through, and things just start rearranging. Because when you are tuned in to the frequency of abundance, like I said, everything that's meant for you, it's like already there. You don't have to build it, just shows up in your reality. So a lot of the times, the things that hold people back, like majority of it is energetic. So if something happens to you, because this is the thing that I've learned a long time ago. Let's say a trauma happens to you in childhood. Again, trauma can be a lot of different things. It can be actually physical, emotional, energetic. Like, it can be like a breakup, a betrayal, parents saying no, parents not caring for you. It can be siblings. It can be so many different things. It can be like literally there's an endless and infinite amount of things that could have been traumatic, right? Well, when trauma happens, okay, it leaves a mark mentally, it leaves a mark emotionally, but it also leaves a mark energetically. And in society, we're taught to address the things how it meant in the mental factors or the emotional factors and stuff. And a lot of times we do address all of those, and we're still stuck, and problems keeps occurring over and over and over again. And the reason why that happens is because energetically, it hasn't been addressed. Like, that energetic pattern is still there. And if it's still there, guess what? It will keep repeating over and over and over again, because you might have healed mentally and emotionally, but energetically, the pattern is still there to where it will keep going until it is addressed. So a huge part of this formula, this program, this 30-day program, is how to release and clear all the energetic patterns along with the mental and emotional. So you once and for all, you get a clean slate. You get a restart button in abundance. Think of it as a cup of water. You can put dirty water in there, right? And if you're only clearing your mental and emotional, you're literally dumping half dirty water out, or a fourth of it out, and putting clean water where there's still 3/4, half to 3/4 of dirty water there. So it doesn't matter how much you do that, there's still dirty water. Whereas this full clean sweep, mental, emotional, energetic, clean sweep, all out, fresh, new start, and that's the approach to abundance. So that's in my, because I've tried it all. I'm coming from a place to where I've tried it all. Rewiring limiting beliefs, releasing emotions, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Modeling this, trying new technique that, and nothing created the monumental growth in abundance, a monumental just acceleration in abundance, that addressing things on the energetic pattern level, which is huge. And I haven't seen people do it and teach it and combine all of it in a holistic way where you're aligning both mind, emotions, and heart and energy into one thing, abundance, right? And that's one of the things that I've learned. And the moment because I did that, remember, over 10 years ago when I first discovered this principle, like, and I was stuck in this specific income per month. And I remember I tried to do affirmations and rewire limiting beliefs and learn new techniques and work more. And it's not that it didn't work, it did, but it was incremental growth, like, like step by step by step. And it was like, it took time. And then the moment I realized, you know what? Everything is energy, and energy is so important and so powerful. So why don't I try addressing this issue in the energetic level? Let me remove all the energetic blocks that are stopping me right now, that are literally stopping me from experiencing the frequency of abundance. I did that. And once I did that, like, time bent for me. It did. And I made more in a day than I did the entire year, and it shocked me. And guess what? Like, what ended up happening after that is I pretty much spent all the money because I tuned in to abundance, right? And I got afraid. My mind got in the way. Self-sabotage got in the way. My emotions weren't wired for it. I didn't have the capacity for it back then. So I tuned back out of abundance, and this got spent, all of it. But it was such a learning lesson for me, because in that moment I knew what was possible. Afterwards, I looked back and I was like, wow, it was as easy as turning the knob, turning the dial, addressing things energetically. Things came quickly. So my next question was, okay, can I master tuning in to the abundant frequency? Can I master removing energetic blocks? Can I master removing the mental and emotional blocks as well, and aligning my mind, my emotions, and my energy? And if I align them all, would I be able to not only attract and accelerate abundance coming to me, but am I able to keep it with less obstacles and challenges and frictions? Am I able to keep it? The answer is yes. And that's one of the things that I do want to share with you in this 30-day program. And this 30-day program I created, it's called Accelerated Abundance. And this is something that I wish I had when I first started it out, because I looked all over the place. There's nothing like this. And this program is designed to remove all the blocks energetically, mentally, and emotionally. All the blocks that are stopping you from experiencing accelerated abundance in your life. That's preventing you from tuning in to the frequency of abundance. And once you're there, like, things happen quickly. Things come to you. I can't begin to tell you all the stories that I have, and I'm going to be sharing in the program, of things that I thought were impossible, that I thought, wow, it might take 5 or 10 years, or wow, this might take some time, or I don't know anyone who could make this happen. And once I'm able to tune in to the frequency of abundance, like within 24 to 48 hours, opportunities show up in my door. Things open up, and literally abundance is finding me instead of me finding and chasing and going after it. And it just comes because everything in that frequency, in that abundant frequency, everything becomes available to you. It's just a matter of, are you going to choose it? Are you going to step into it to experience it fully? So this program is what I wish I had 10 years ago. It would have saved me years of pain, frustration, trial and error when it comes to just attracting abundance and keeping it. Because in reality, once you are in an abundant state, then you can do your purpose work. Because the thing is, when you don't have abundance in your life, and you're either living paycheck to paycheck, or things aren't certain, or you're just having just enough to pay the bills, right? Thing is, you're worried about, like, things that are lower in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs: survival, eating, providing, right? So once you're focused on the lower things, you're not able to really focus on the higher things, your purpose work, what you came down here to do, the lives of the people you're going to change, to be able to enjoy life, experience life, and really contribute in the maximum way you know you can. And once you have abundance taken care of, then you can put that away, not worry about it, and then really focus on what you're here to do. The lives that you're here to impact and change. And maybe it's just your own life that you're here to impact and change, or the life of your loved ones or your friends. It doesn't matter. You living in your full potential becomes way easier when abundance isn't an issue anymore. And I've met a lot of people that spend their entire lives trying to figure out abundance, and they get to the end of their lives and abundance still isn't figured out. It's something they still have to worry about, and they still have to really just work towards, and they never really get to their full potential and do what they were born to do, because survival and security and abundance is such an issue. But once that's taken care of, right, and once you are in a place of abundance, the world is your oyster. It really is. And things become beautiful, because it's not only what you can do for yourself, but what you can do and provide and help others with as well. So that's what this 30-day program is about. I put together this 30-day program as a way to share with all of you the formula I've learned for accelerating abundance into your lives, and that's financially and whatever other areas you want to, health, wealth, family, spirit. This is abundance in all areas of your life. And people that I've shared this with, over the years, I've been blessed to be able to work with a lot of people that I shared this formula with. Transformed their lives. It's transformed their lives to where they were doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and nothing changed except for me teaching them this formula, showing them this way of being, this way of existing, this way of attracting abundance, right? By tapping into that frequency. And just by that, within a short amount of time, without them doing anything else, and with them having the exact same resources and situation that they had, opportunities started showing up, and abundance started raising up for them in a shorter period of time. And that's what I want to share with you in this 30-day program. This is meant to, one, give you the formula on how to tune in to the frequency of abundance, and also remove all the blocks that's stopping you, because we do have blocks. We come in this world pure, right? Blank canvas, and as we grow up, we pick up beliefs from our parents, from society. We pick up fears around money and abundance. We pick up energetic blocks that prevent us from really fully experiencing and attracting and having and keeping abundance in our lives. And this whole thing just keeps us in a prison, in a cage. So my goal with this program is to remove, helping you guys remove the biggest blocks mentally, the biggest blocks emotionally, the biggest blocks energetically, and teaching you how to tune in to the frequency of abundance, so you can start seeing synchronicity after synchronicity, opportunity after opportunity, abundance after abundance into your life in just 30 days. So the way it works, it's pretty simple. You will get a video a day, every day for 30 days. And each video alone is so powerful. It's so life-changing. Each video, I teach one lesson or one exercise or one paradigm that when I learned that in my own life, it changed everything. And the way I work is, it's just not about me. I want to make sure that, because, hey, if it works with me, it just might be a fluke. I want to make sure that it's something that's replicatable, and if other people try it out, it works. So whenever I learn something and it changes my life and a level of abundance, first thing I do is I immediately share it with friends, and I share it with people that have been following me online, and share it with clients. And if it creates results for them, then it becomes a lesson. If it doesn't, I know it's just for me, then it doesn't. So I'm in a point in my life where I want, for me Like, I want to be able to pay it forward. Because the truth about abundance is there's plenty to go around. And there's not a lack of when you are manifesting and pulling abundance from a space of like a frequency, it's unlimited. Like it just the biggest block would be your imagination, the biggest block would be your mind and your emotions and your energy. But once that's taken care of, like the amazing things that pop up, you won't be able to wrap your mind around them. And that's what I want to provide to you, because I know that once abundance is taken care of for you, then you can focus on other things that matter. Like you can finally go to sleep at night, not worrying about, oh, what are the bills and how much do we have in the accounts and when things are going to come in, am I going to be short, or do I have enough money for a vacation or for my children's college, do I have enough money for that? Or you're not thinking money anymore. You're not thinking month to month. You're thinking literally, what can I do tomorrow that sets my soul on fire, that excites me, that helps me give back? What can I do that can make a difference? And it's a very different conversation. It's a very higher conversation. And it's that kind of conversation that changes the planet, changes humanity. And that is my driving force, my mission. And that's why I created this program. Okay, it's 30 days. 30 days to accelerating your abundance. You get a video every single day, and it helps you rewire your mind, your emotions, your energy for total abundance, removing all the things that don't serve you so you can be you, and then tuning in to the frequency of abundance and really speeding things up for you. Okay, and this is one of the things that has changed my life, and I don't see anybody teaching this out there in a program form for people to learn. So I put this together. It's a very holistic approach, not just one, but all, because you need all of it to be able to attract abundance fast and keep it. Okay, and this program is 30 days. Okay, you can see below, for a small amount of time, we do have a special discount for this program. Okay, and the reason why I have a special discount for this program, because this is the pilot version of the program, and I want to perfect this. And if you've bought from me before, you know my dedication to perfecting things. I'm always giving bonus training. I'm almost asking for feedback and getting you guys feedback so I can deliver more and more and more and over deliver and give you guys the value and more, and give you guys what you need and more. That's how I'm wired. So it's a pilot program. That's why it's discounted. That means that you're one of the first few people that are experiencing this, and this is probably going to be a version 2, version 3, and version 4. And as a bonus too, for being part of the pilot program, you get all the future versions absolutely free, right? That's my dedication to making sure that you guys get taken care of and your guys' lives change for the better. So that's why we have you can see the time below. It's a limited amount of time. We're gonna have a discount. I'm heavily discounting this, and when we launch it later on in the future with the upgraded versions, it's gonna be a different price. So this is the pilot program price that you can see. Okay, and like all my programs, my digital programs, you have 7 days to try it out. It's risk-free. 7 days. You'll get the first week's lesson. You can dig into it. You can see how it resonates with you. See the power of the training. See the techniques. And I'm 100% confident that if you try it out, if you listen and you try it out and you absorb the techniques that I share with you, the strategies, the ones that are time-tested and proven over time to just get rid of all the mental, emotional, energetic blocks to abundance, then you will see and you will experience and you will feel results. Like it's not just like oh, one day I'm hoping, like they will come in quick. And I urge you, I invite you to try it out. There's no risk. If after 7 days you're like, you know what, I like this, but it's not for me, it's not time, then we part as friends. We'll refund you that money. You're taken care of. But if you like it, which I'm betting you'll do, you'll finish the full 30 days, and after that, your life will never be the same. after you implement the techniques. Because yeah, I can share with you these techniques that have changed, that's changed my life and the lives of the people that I shared it with. But you also need to take action on the things that I share so it can change your life as well. So action is the key. It's one of the secrets to my success, is action. Because in this world, yeah, there's law of attraction where you attract things to you, but there's also law of massive action, right? Let's say you're wanting a certain car and you're wanting to manifest that, and it shows up, in your front door. You still need to take action. You still need to walk to the car. You still need to get your keys, unlock it, get in there, drive it. And if it drives itself, you at least need to tell it where to go. But it still requires action on your end. Okay? Anything great in life does. Abundance does. So this is an opportunity here. And this is the first step of taking action, is if this resonates for you and abundance is something that you've been trying to crack, but for some reason you just haven't been able to. You haven't been able to do it quickly, or you're able to do it with the small things but not the big things. You're not able to do it consistently, or if you do, something gets in the way and self-sabotages it. If that's been your experience and you want something that works, something that's holistic, something that works in all areas, not just one, and something that has sustainable results that can continue to happen, then I invite you to try this accelerated abundance program out for 7 days. Just try it out, 7 days. So you have a 7-day risk-free trial of this. And if you like it, which I'm betting you'll do, you'll stay for the full 30 days. You'll watch it over and over again, because each lesson is so powerful, it's so impactful that each lesson literally for me changed my life. So for me, 30 days is like compiling 30 of the best techniques, strategies, lessons, paradigm shifts that I've experienced over the last 10 plus years when it comes to abundance, all things abundance. Okay? So if this resonates with you, I invite you to go ahead and take advantage of our pilot discount over here, and just know that what you want in life, right? Because right now, honestly, just do a reality check. Look at your life right now and just the quality of it, and ask yourself, really. And this is just something that I do myself as well. Is I do a quality check every now and then, and in my life, and a reality check is am I happy? Are you happy with where you are right now? Are you happy with the way your finances are? Your level of abundance? Are you happy with the day-to-day emotions that you're experiencing? Right? Is life a breeze for you, to where you're focusing on the things that you know you can do, that you love to do, and you're providing experiences to the people that you love, and you're just doing what you're meant to do, or you're still stuck in an abundance game of wishing you can have more, working more, so you can incrementally grow to where one day, someday, over the rainbow, there's a pot of gold, and you can take advantage of that. And when that day comes, and all is well. But that's, as far as I know, I've seen a lot of people that get to the end of their lives, and there is no pot of gold in the rainbow. It's an illusion. Abundance isn't the place. It's not a destination that you get to. Abundance is a frequency that you can tap into quickly. You can tap into now. You don't have to wait. It's a frequency. And once you get that it's not a place, it's not a mindset, it's not a set of techniques, not even the money in your bank. It's not what abundance is. It's a frequency. And in that frequency, everything you desire becomes available to you. And that's what I want to gift you with in this program. You have the power to know exactly what to do to tap into the frequency of abundance. So everything your heart desires and more, for yourself, for your loved ones, for the world you want to provide for, everything you so desire and more is just a frequency away, which it is. And I want to share with you how to tap into that, share with you how to remove the blocks that are stopping you from getting there, so you can get there quickly. And the quicker you get there, the quicker you can focus on important things, your purpose work, what you're here to do, and just enjoy life in general. So my invitation to you is this: whatever it is that you do want in life, whether it's more wealth in your finances, more money, so you can either buy things, do things, experience things, provide for your loved ones, help change the world, whatever your why is. My invitation to you is simply learn how to tap into the frequency of abundance, because everything that you want and things that you can't even imagine is possible exists in that specific frequency. And I want to show you how to do that, because my goal, what drives me, is a world where people are activated in their highest potential, a world where people are doing their purpose work, to where security and just surviving and money isn't the focus, because that's all already taken care of, where we can all operate as higher versions of ourselves, because there's not a lot of things that drag us down anymore, and the world will be such a better place with everybody operating as their most abundant selves. And that's one of the many reasons why I'm here, and that's why I'm driven to do this. So my invitation to you is this: try this out for 7 days. See for yourself the kind of lessons and strategies and techniques. Try some of them out. See what it does for your life. See what it does to your day when you try them out. Yeah, and I'm betting you that once you start trying them out, you'll get hooked. You want to do all 30, and life will never be the same. And that is my invitation to you. Try it out. We do have a pilot discount, as you can see below, and you can also see the timer on this page to see that's going to be ending, because we want to make sure that the first few batches of this pilot program, people, like, we get them a lot of results, they have a good experience, they're loving it, and we're perfecting the program, and we're getting more feedback, and there's a lot of interaction that goes on in these kind of programs. So I want to make sure that we get everybody taken care of. That's why we're doing this special pilot release. And once it's already perfected, then we'll have it up to what we normally charge for these programs, but you'll still get the perfected version since you took action fast and took advantage of the pilot offer. So go ahead. If abundance is something that you are desiring, wanting, seeking, have been trying to but couldn't figure it out, I promise you, this will change how you approach it. This will change how you attract it. And once you go through this entire program and you master the skills and embody the lessons that I shared, you will not recognize yourself afterwards. And a whole new universe of magic and miracles and opportunities will become available to you. So go ahead, take advantage of this offer. Thanks so much for watching this. Hopefully I'll see you on the inside, and I love you all. Hey, it's Oliver here, and in this video I want to talk about your unconscious reaction to abundance and money. Right? So this is a very, very powerful lesson, and one that I've learned several years ago. And the truth is, whenever you're buying something or receiving money or receiving gifts, okay, or even giving gifts, there's an energetic exchange that happens, or an energy that's produced within you. And a lot of the times people aren't aware of this. And a lot of the times when they receive money or receive gifts, something negative is produced from within, whether it's their reaction or their beliefs or their emotions or just their total energy in itself, or when they're giving money or even spending money on themselves or rewarding themselves or just treating themselves out, they might have the same energetic or emotional response that's really sabotaging abundance and just the whole relationship around money and abundance, right? So one of the things that I've learned is, in order for you to master the energy around abundance, and in order for you to really attract the kind of abundance that you don't contradict, by that I mean, sometimes you attract good things in your life only for them to disappear shortly after. Like, that saying that you spend it as soon as you make it, right? Or there's maybe a cap to where there's a glass ceiling, an invisible glass ceiling, to where you're going up, 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 and once you hit a certain level, you're stuck or you just bounce back down, right? So a lot of the times people are trying to figure out, how do I break through that abundance barrier, that glass ceiling, or how do I just go to the next level? And a lot of the times this is the root. And if you were able to focus on this and really address it and dig into this, it changes everything, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. I have a really good friend of mine who grew his company from 0 to 100 million in, I think, 19 months. And when we were at dinner, he was sharing this story with me about when it really clicked for him, this whole concept around abundance, when it really clicked for him, and when things went to the next level for him, okay? And when I heard the story, it just proved the principle, the concept that I've been living for a long time, that I've experienced myself. And when I heard it from somebody else, I'm like, wow, that just is another proof that validates this theory. So he was shopping at the grocery store, and at this point, I think he was making like a few $100,000 a year. This is earlier on, before he grew his business to 100 million. So he was shopping in the grocery store, and he was looking, at buying eggs. And I think he was deciding between, this egg or that egg. And he was looking at one egg, which is a few dollars in price, and he was okay with it. And he looked at I think it was the organic, more premium version of the egg, which was, I forget, it was like $1 more, and he cringed. He literally felt like a cringe, like his stomach was churning, and he was just feeling like uncomfortable, like it was too much. And in that moment, something pinged, intuition pinged him, and he realized, like, wow, like, I have this response to something that's more abundant, or something that's of a higher quality of value. I have this response, a cringe. And later on, he tied it on to, I have this cringe when I'm spending money, on myself, or perceivably, more money on myself, even if it's a higher quality. So he realized that it's not the same. That sometimes when he buys things that he thinks are like, reasonable, that are the right thing to do, he's okay with it. And if doesn't matter if it's a few dollars more, or if it's like, a few thousand more that he's spending, if it's in his mind, he's overspending it, or it's like he's rewarding himself too much, or it's too, you're doing it for higher quality, whatever that is, he has this cringe, this anxiety, this ball of anxiety, this out of control, this, maybe it's unworthiness, right? And then it was then he told me, Oliver, I remember that moment, because he had heard the saying that if you want to receive, you have to have an open hand, right? You have to have an open hand if you want to receive abundance. And a lot of people go around life with a closed fist. And every single time that you're wanting to reward yourself, or you're wanting to buy something that is of a higher quality, or anything regarding just you spending money, every time you cringe, you're closing you're closing your hand, and this is what it looks like, and you're not able to receive abundance. And every time you train yourself to just open your hand and be open to abundance and rewire that response, more abundance can flow. So he said when he learned that lesson, he knew exactly, that it was powerful, because the moment he learned that, within 90 days, he was a millionaire. And it was due to that specific lesson of, one, if you want to receive, you have to have your hands open, right? And the second thing is, which is something that I've known for a while, is figuring out what is your response towards money, right? And for some people, you're okay with giving money or giving things to people, but you feel awkward receiving, right? For some people, you're okay receiving, but you're awkward with giving. For some of you, you're okay spending, but you have rules. If it's $10 more, or if it seems like you're spoiling yourself, or if it seems like, it's one of the things that your parents thought is frivolous, then you start going to self-judgment, and you start cringing, and you start doing this, tensing up. And every time you tense up, it is you are giving signals to the universe that, you know, I don't deserve, or I'm not ready for this level of abundance. I'm not ready for the next level. Keep me where I'm at. Because like you're giving off pretty much anxiety and closing off and feeling uncomfortable with something that's perceivably of higher quality or higher value when it comes to abundance. So that's one of the things that I've learned. And when I learned that, everything changed. And it's one of the things that is not stuck on just money alone. For me, it's been with compliments. It's been with love. It's been with gifts. And I remember in the past when somebody would, you know, give me a compliment, it wouldn't register. It would go one ear out the other. Or someone would give me a gift. It would take me months, like, you know, if not years, to even open it and even use it, because I didn't feel like I was worthy of it. But I would give a lot of gifts. And I would love seeing the look on people's faces when their eyes brighten up because they received something, and with love as well. Like, you know, and any kind of acts of love, I kind of like don't let it affect me, but I love showing and giving people love. So that's one of the things that I had to rewire within myself, is what is my unconscious response to abundance or you know, or love, or just receiving, right? And a lot of it is figuring out, doing an inventory. How do you respond to giving? How do you respond to receiving? How are you when it comes to rewarding yourself? Like, you know, every time you look at the menu or the bill, do you cringe? When you look at certain prices, do you just, even if you can't afford them, it's not like you're looking at the menu and something's $5,000 and you have to buy it. But it's your response, your energetic and your emotional response towards it that creates a barrier for you to get to the next level. So let's say you're looking at, you know, a menu and you see a $1,000 bottle of wine, and you're normally drinking a $40 bottle of wine, right? And you really can't buy the $1,000 bottle of wine. Instead of you looking at it and being like, wow, this is too expensive, or oof, no. Like, you know, I want you to practice and train yourself to look at it and be like, appreciate it, be grateful for it. And just, like, you know, send people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into creating this caliber of wine. Send them love, send them gratitude, send them positivity, send them healing, and just be a force for good and be appreciative and do that, okay? And what you're gonna start realizing is every single time you do this, especially when you're getting a bill, like, you know, bill, you cringe, prices, you cringe, like, you know, spending on yourself, you might cringe. What I would do is I would set aside time to be very, very conscious of documenting, you know, your day-to-day and seeing where you cringe. And every single time you cringe or you close off or you feel anxiety and that tension, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. Let's just rewire it, okay? Because it all begins with the energy. Just rewire it. Start, like, you know, noticing that you cringe, and then you're giving yourself gratitude. You know, giving gratitude to that. You know, giving thanks, sending them or that, you know, person or people who put that together, or you got that from love, right? And just be thankful and positivity. If you're not used to receiving, like, you know, money, compliments, abundance, next time somebody gives you a compliment, instead of you fidgeting or looking the other way or laughing or making a joke, like, take 3 deep breaths in, 3 seconds in, inhale, 3 seconds out, and tell them, thank you, I fully received. And that's it. And bask in that. Bask in that emotion, bask in that gift, bask in that energy. Get good at receiving. And the people that I've seen that are the most abundant and the most successful in their lives, they're a master at both giving and receiving. So that's one of the things that I want you to pay attention to moving forward, is your unconscious response emotionally, energetically, to abundance, to giving, to receiving. And if you cringe, like, you know, that's a good way of looking and seeing the patterns. Pay attention to when that happens, and every time you do, make sure every single time you attempt to rewire that with gratitude, with love, with positivity. Do that and watch Just watch the abundance around you change. Watch your relationship with money, with receiving, and you'll notice that, like, you'll start attracting better opportunities, and it will just all come to you because the frequency that you're on is you're not pushing abundance away, you're not pushing receiving away, you're not pushing, like, what God or the universe or the higher power wants to give to you, because you don't have a close hand. You're not fisting it up like this. You're opening it up to receive true abundance. Try it out. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you on the next video.